Is we live? Is we live? Is we live? Yes, you're now tuned into the Rare Podcast. And of course, I'm your host of the most, NK, aka the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour. But of course, I'm not alone. I'm joined by a very, very special guest. I had to get my bro back on the show. My bro, introduce yourself, my guy.
Yes, Atlas, Apes on Takes podcast. You
Yes.
probably see me on. But yeah, man, we're here. It's always a pleasure to come on Rare, man. I always tell NK, whenever you need me to hop on, just let me know. I'm going to make it happen.
Nah, definitely.
But yeah, man. Thank you for having me on, man.
Anytime, fam. This is one of the few people I could actually talk realness about Godfather about. Because you know what it is, yeah, about Godfather as a movie. I know we didn't come and talk about Godfather.
Yeah, no, of course. But we can talk about it. We don't need an excuse.
It's one of those movies, yeah, where people always say it's the greatest of all time, but not many people, at least of our like generation, chat about it.
Yeah.
And I watched Godfather for the first time and when I was in maybe when I was 16.
Mm-hmm.
And then as I've gotten older, there's just certain things that it's a movie that ages like wine.
No.
As I've gotten older, I'm like, raw, I deep this, I deep that. And it's like, at first you can just look at it as like a gangster movie, but that shit, it's real mental.
It's so much more than that.
It's just so much more than that. It's about like life, responsibilities, family, and it's like, just seeing like how Michael Corleone completely missed the point of what Vito was saying. Yeah.
Basically.
He completely missed the point.
Do you know what's so interesting as well? Since the last time I was on here and we spoke about Godfather, I read the book.
Okay.
And it's going to sound crazy. The book is so much better than the film.
That's what people say.
Because it's so detailed.
Yeah.
It's so detailed and it's so rich. The thing is, if they made the movie the way the book was written verbatim, the movie would be like 6 hours long.
Yeah, it'd have to be a TV show or something.
It'd have to be. They wouldn't be able to make it. The movie would just be too long. The movie's long as it is.
Yeah.
But the book is so detailed.
Yeah.
And it's so well written.
Mm-hmm.
And everything is just explained and you get to see different perspectives and like in real, it's so rich. And it's incredible.
Are the events of the book and the movie like one-to-one in terms of like the major events, or does the book massively deviate? Or does the film TV show that massively deviate?
I would say the movie leaves out some stuff. What the movie leaves out doesn't necessarily make the story worse, but obviously the book has more air to breathe.
Yeah.
What I will say, what the movie does touch on, it touches on it very well.
Okay.
You get me?
Yeah.
So what the movie does take from the book, it does justice to it.
So the movie adapts what? So the content of the book is featured in what? Godfather 1, 2, and 3, or just 1?
Godfather 3. The reason why Godfather 3 is so shit is because it's not a book. Godfather 3 isn't. You get me? It's not canon shit. It's not canon.
So the events of Godfather 1 and 2 are covered in the book.
Yeah. So the book is one big book, and it's Godfather 1 and 2. So the book is basically The Godfather, and then when Coppola made the movies, he basically split them in two. He split the book in half. Yeah.
So 3 is basically Francis Ford basically taking his own direction.
I think. I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, then someone will correct me. I think Puzo might have been involved, but I don't know how hands-on he was.
Yeah.
I don't know how hands-on if he was involved at all. But I don't think he was, because you've seen Godfather 3. I couldn't even finish it. I got an hour or so in. When he had the heart attack in his kitchen, I said, yeah. And he's like screaming Fredo. I said, yeah,
it doesn't feel like Michael.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like Michael. This isn't the person we've just spent 4 or 5 hours watching.
The ending of Godfather 3, in terms of what happens to Michael, feels like what Michael deserves.
Yeah. The ending is good because it's justice in a way.
Yes,
it's the
it
way
feels like what Michael deserves in terms of. I said I posted this on Twitter about the juxtaposition between Michael and Vito, where Vito dies playing with his grandson in a happy moment, and Michael Corleone dies alone, like withers away, literally just dies alone and withers away. No one remembers him. Like his legacy's gone.
Yeah.
His daughter's dead. Mm-hmm. So like, and Vito obviously left a massive imprint on his family. Like Vito left with the family intact.
Yeah.
And Michael destroys the family. He kills Fredo in season in the second movie, and then obviously his daughter dies in the third one. Mm-hmm. Michael systematically destroys the family that Vito's built.
And the thing is, the reason why it's so chilling is because, however, even though we might not be able to justify it and say what he did was quote unquote right, every step Michael took, his interest was to save the family. His intention was to save the family. But in trying to save the family, he's actually he's gone the opposite direction.
I remember the scene in Godfather 1 is when Vito's telling him about when they're talking about who's the mole.
Yeah.
And then Vito asked Michael, how's your son? He's all right.
Mm-hmm.
And Michael's like, yeah, he's good. He's like, yeah, but good, because that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Family,
Mm-hmm.
taking care of the children. And we see, like, especially in Godfather 2, he loses, like, Godfather 2, it's not just killing Fredo, he loses his family.
Yeah.
Even though he takes the kids away from, what's his wife's name?
Kay.
From Kay, takes the kids away from Kay, they're gone.
Yeah.
Like, in terms of the family unit that Vito built, Michael has none of that.
Mm-hmm. And also remember she had an abortion as well.
Yeah.
And the reason she did that is because she didn't want to bring another son into this world with someone like Michael.
Yeah.
You understand? But you would never imagine that Vito's wife wouldn't want to have another child for Vito because she understood that Vito was such a caring and loving husband and father.
And that's why Godfather 2 is such a good, like, Godfather 2 is amazing, because you see the juxtaposition between Michael and Vito, how Vito literally built the empire of Community. He built the way he built his empire was building relationship, trusting people, helping the community. Of course, he's still a mafia boss.
Yeah.
But there was a sense, like, the family was a family.
Yeah.
The mafia family was a connected unit, it was a family.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Like, this is why I like Atlas, because one of the few people I could talk The Godfather with. Do you know what I'm saying?
Honestly, bro, we need to have like a dedicated episode to the Godfather.
Dedicated Godfather.
Because
episode,
I was having a conversation. You know, how you talk about Vito, and the thing is with Vito, it's a line that, what's the guy's name? The guy who was gonna tell on Michael in the second film, I forget his name. His name's escaping me. The guy who was going to tell on Michael in the second film.
It's not Barzini, no.
Not Barzini. Barzini is the one who ordered the hit on Vito initially.
The hit on Vito,
I forget his name. But anyway, he says to Michael, when they have the meeting at the beginning, and he says to Michael, said, your father did business with Hyman Roth, but you never trusted him.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with Vito. Vito was loving, and he was all of these things, but he didn't trust people.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how much they touch on it in the movie, but in the book, they make a big note of the fact that Vito always kept Clemenza and Tessio as far apart from each other as they could, and they would always have to report to him and talk to each other through Vito rather than direct communication to avoid any kind of betrayal. So even though Vito was trusting, and he was not trusting, but he was loving and he was generous and he was all these things, he still understood that people will betray you if you give them the chance to. And I don't know if Michael always fully understood that.
Yeah, because I remember the first scene with I believe it was the US Senator and Michael and Godfather 2, and then the Senator was little boy in him.
Yeah, little man in him.
Was little, and I'm thinking Vito would never allow this, and because it's almost how Americanized Michael was. Michael almost like Vito saw the reason why Vito like even made the math, because he had to make a way for himself outside the traditional means of the system. And obviously the goal was to integrate. But Michael kind of fooled himself in thinking that he could ever integrate.
Yeah.
But integrate the family into US society.
Yeah.
Vito wanted to integrate through, Michael, he says it, this wasn't my plan for you. I wanted you to be Senator Corleone.
Yeah.
That's the way you integrate. You don't integrate the family into a system that doesn't... Even though we see in the Godfather 2 that the American system's corrupt, they allow their version of corruption, not this mafia Italian nonsense, because it's partly xenophobia and partly it's a criminal organization.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I need to rewatch it. I need to rewatch the Godfather
honestly,
trilogy.
The thing is, when I read the book, I rewatched both the movies after.
Yeah, man.
It was necessary.
And that final scene, man, like, do you like that final scene of like in Godfather 1 where like do you renounce Satan and all these
when
works?
He's swearing in,
he's swearing in, and then he's renouncing Satan while committing like multiple, unalivings, because you got to keep it
unalivings.
You got to commit multiple unalivings at the same time. It's just like, it's beautiful cinema.
It's just so well done. It's just so well done.
Yeah, man.
It's just so well done. Like, if you're listening to this and you haven't seen The Godfather, listen, just take 3 hours out your day. And I know 3 hours is a long time, and people don't like sitting in front of their TV or laptop for that long. I get it, but you won't regret it. You won't regret it. If you're listening to this podcast and you're probably someone who's interested in that kind of stuff, you get me? So just take the time. Do yourself a favor.
No, do yourself a favor, man. Honestly, man. But before we get to our main topics, we like to do a little segment called Rare Moment of the Week. We like to spotlight a creative that we feel deserves the accolade and the attention. And my personal rare moment of the week is Anderson .Paak. And I feel like, for me, I wanted to come on this podcast and praise Anderson.
Okay.
Because obviously, his project, No Worries, his project with his group of Knowledge just came out, Why Lord, and the Yes Lord, Why Lord albums. You think about Oxnard, you think about Malibu.
I got a big take about Malibu.
Bruv,
Not a bad take,
yeah,
but I got a take about Malibu.
You think about Malibu,
Yeah.
you think about even his contribution on Kate Tornado's most recent album, Do It To Me. Anderson, you think about Silk Sonic. I know Silk Sonic are a bit polarizing sometimes, but I love Silk Sonic. You think about Anderson .Paak's contributions to music. Bro, this guy deserves all the flowers in the world, man.
Yeah.
This guy's versatility, his singing, his penmanship, is just his musicality, the instrumentations and stuff. Like, Anderson .Paak is just, he deserves so many flowers. And I thought, you know what? Like, I haven't really spoken about Anderson on this podcast. And I'm like, why haven't I? So I thought today, do you know what? It's time to give Anderson his flowers, man.
Yeah, no, Anderson .Paak definitely deserves his flowers. I think Anderson .Paak is incredible. I think in the last 20 years, other than Confessions, Malibu's the best R&B album I've heard.
Oh, shit.
That's my take. Other than Confessions, I think Malibu's the best.
In the last 20 years?
Yeah, I think Malibu's...
So we're going 04 to...
Yeah, well, Confessions came out in 04, so it just
But
makes
would you even consider Malibu an R&B album? That's the
What would
question.
you consider it? Because I could see why you wouldn't. But what would you consider it if not R&B? The thing is, with guys like Anderson is similar to like a Raven Lene.
Yeah.
Where there's elements of R&B, there's elements of neo soul, there's elements of funk, there's elements of jazz, there's elements of... So it's hard to even put them in an umbrella.
Because people will put Anderson .Paak in that alternative category. The problem with alternative is that it just seems like a way to categorize artists that don't fit a particular sound. It doesn't feel like a proper like definition of a genre.
The thing is with the alternative thing as well, when you say alternative, I think of someone more like a Charlotte Day Wilson.
Yeah.
That's someone to me who I think is more alternative. Someone like a Charlotte Day Wilson or someone like an Orion Sun. That's who I think of when I think alternative rather than an Anderson .Paak.
Yeah.
Who, even though Anderson .Paak does push a lot of different boundaries and do a lot of cool stuff, Anderson .Paak still he is very much still within the realms of R&B in a lot of the songs. Sure. But then I think of a song like Lightweight, which is my favorite Anderson .Paak song. That is just funk, jazz, you get me? Like, it's...
Bro, Anderson .Paak used to be the intro to this podcast. Calm Down used to be the intro to the podcast.
Oh, so dumb.
Yeah, back in uni, obviously, then we learned about copyright. And then it used to be the intro to this podcast. A song like Seasons.
Yeah.
Like, just... Bro, like... Even,
Anderson .Paak is fucking incredible.
He's ridiculous. And this Why Lord project with bro, Anderson .Paak and Knowledge, what they've got in No Worries.
Yeah.
That's like, for me, when you talk about like duos, collectives in music.
Yeah.
That's them two, magic. Yes.
I've got no problem saying that's like Prodigy Alchemist level.
Yeah.
Madlib level.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mad Villain level. Sorry, that's like that level of collab.
Yeah.
Won't go as far as to say like Michael Jackson, Quincy Jones. I won't go that far.
But in
terms of like elite like musical collaborations, that's up there. That's up there for me.
Bro, like there's a song like, bro, the song that's been stuck in my head, like since the album dropped was Distractions. Just the instrumentation of that one. But then one of my favorite one of the favorite songs of the albums, like Fall Through, even the when they had Her on like Where I Go, just that Why Lord album. But Yes Lord,
Her's another one who's really good.
Her
really good.
Her slept on, man. Her is very
really
much
good.
Slept on. But yeah, I just feel like Anderson, when it comes to like naming greats, and I'm always about like giving people their flowers while they're here to smell them. Yeah. Anderson, man, like now I think right now because of like the Silk Sonic project, he's like now more in the mainstream consciousness. Yeah. But like if you're somebody who like knows the name Anderson .Paak, isn't familiar, go back and listen to Malibu especially. Malibu's just what?
Malibu
like
is
even
ridiculous.
a song like Parking Lot.
Yeah. The way Parking Lot leads into Lightweight is oh my goodness. Like, and the features on there are so good as well.
Yeah, man.
Schoolboy Q, Rhapsody. Like, Rhapsody's another one who I think Rhapsody's the best woman rapper of this generation. Me personally. I think
Rhapsody's
Rhapsody
up
is
there.
so fucking good.
Okay.
Rhapsody is so fucking good.
This
First
was
I ever heard Rhapsody
Yeah.
was on Complexion. And
yeah,
she
murdered
took Kendrick
Complexion.
Lamar up the road. I said, "Who's this?" I said, "No way, Kendrick's getting spun like this." I said, "Who's
Yeah.
this?"
Yeah.
I'd never heard of her before.
Yeah,
I said, "Wow, she's
Yeah.
so good." Yeah,
She's amazing.
Rhapsody's so good. Rhapsody's so good.
but now you've unlocked a topic in my brain. Obviously, rare. Like we like to deviate. Let's go on tangents. For me, I've never said this on camera, and I've always said this off camera. For me, in terms of the current crop of female rappers, for me, the best female rapper right now is by far Doechii.
Ooh, okay, that's a shout.
The reason why Doechii, yeah, because in terms of like singing on tracks, right? In terms of she can do that with the best of them.
Yeah.
In terms of bars, in terms of bars, she's up there. Flow, Doechii has one of the best flows. Like I love Isaiah Rashad, but she smoked Isaiah Rashad on that song on that album. What's Good?
Yeah.
She smoked him.
Have you heard Pro Freak of Smina's album?
Bro.
That was the first I'd heard of her. I was like, bro, I love being put onto new artists. Like, one of my favorite things is listening to an artist that I love and they've got someone on their song and I'm like, who's that? You've got a new fan of me. That's one of my favorite things ever.
Bro, Doechii, yeah, and I'll say this, on Beyonce's America's Got a Problem, right? On the remix, she put Kendrick.
Yeah.
If you hear Doechii's cover of America's Got a Problem, she should have been on that remix.
Oh, so done.
Bro, and I love Kendrick to death.
Yeah.
Doechii's America's Got a Problem remix cover, whatever you want to call it, the flow, the pockets that Doechii gets into, and like I said before, bro, Doechii's like singing. She's not like a mad vocalist. Most rappers but she can. Her melodies, that's the point. Her melodies are amazing, and for me, Doechii is just like, if you look at like a complete artist, even music video wise, just her presentation as a 360 all round package. For me, Doechii's the best in the game currently, if you compare to the current crop of female rappers right now. So yeah, man, I got to leave Doechii.
I'm not mad at that. When I say Rhapsody's the best of her generation, I'm talking more.
Yeah, earlier, of course.
Yeah, earlier, because Rhapsody isn't even really this generation. She's been in the game
Rhapsody's that for me. I put her in the same freshman class as like the
Dat Piff era, like
the Dat Piff
2010. Yeah, like Mac Miller, Currency, etc. Them who will come up together.
Yeah,
Meek.
facts.
Yeah, that's the clutch of rappers I'd put her in as well. But out of the women rappers of like that
era,
she's the best.
Rhapsody's better for me. Is Rhapsody than No Name.
Oh yeah.
Rhapsody than No Name for me because of that. But you can't name me better projects than Telephone.
Oh my god.
Telephone, you can't tell what?
You see Telephone. Like, no, honestly, bro, you see like sometimes I feel you listen to music, and I feel this way about Care For Me as well. You listen to music and I think to myself, you don't know me, but you made this for me.
Yeah.
You made this for me. Like, you made this album because you knew one day I would hear it, and it's what I needed to hear. Like, Telephone's one of them albums where it feels like I'm a kid again.
Yeah.
And I'm like in my mum's lap.
Yeah.
And she's just rocking me to sleep. That's how I feel when I listen to Telephone. And what I love so much about Telephone is that it's so vulnerable, it's so honest, the lyrics are so profound, and it just comes from such a genuine place, it feels like. Do you know what I mean?
But do you know the thing about Telephone, yeah, as a project that always amazes me is the musicality of it. Because the songs are like the lyrics and the song, like you said, No Name is so vulnerable on the track, but the song, like the musicality of it is such a warm album.
Yeah.
Even though the subject matter isn't warm.
Yeah.
But it's like the album feels warm.
Yeah.
It feels inviting. It's like it feels homely, and that's and I love the fact he says vulnerable, because that's the place where you're vulnerable at home.
Yeah.
So like it brings you in. It's like, let me create an environment for us to have these vulnerable conversations.
Exactly.
Oh,
It's
what
so
a
good,
project,
like,
man!
It's so fucking good.
Like, but even that trifecta, No Name, Saba, and then Smino. Like Smino released Wild Irish Roses. No Name obviously had Telephone, and then Saba's project.
Care For Me.
Bro.
Yeah.
Obviously, they came out in different years, but like that.
So in 27, I don't know. They all dropped. No, wait.
Telephone came out the latest.
Telephone came out in
2016. Wild Irish was probably like 2017.
And then Black Swan. Wild Irish Roses is the lead single.
Yeah, Black Swan. Yeah.
Black Swan came out in 2017, and then Care For Me came out in 2018.
Yeah.
But then in 2018, Saba dropped Care For Me, Smino dropped Noir, which is actually better, in my opinion, than Black Swan.
I don't like Noir.
Do you know what?
I was at the Noir tour.
You don't like Noir?
Nah.
Oh my days, why not?
I don't, bro. I think, like, for example, like when I think of Noir, I think of songs like Clink.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
You don't.
Mm-mm.
Do you know what? Okay, I'm not the biggest fan of Clink, but when I heard Clink live, I'll be so real. Like, I damn near threw my drink in the air.
No, it's a gas song live, but for me, what he did on Black Swans with Black Swan with songs like Amphetamine.
Yeah. No Names verse on
Bro.
Oh, bro. Brother, you mad?
Yeah.
No Names verse on Amphetamine, yeah? Bro, I can't lie. And
what's the song Raven Lene features on?
Glass Flows. Yeah.
Bro!
That's how I got introduced to Raven Lene.
Bro!
Crazy.
And then you got Anita as well.
Bro.
Even though I like the remix more though.
I'll be so real. I think Black Swan is incredible. I think Noir is better. To me,
First.
Somersault, We Got the Biscuits, MF Groove, Clink, Covert, Merlot. There's so many, like, I feel Black Swan is a bit more, it flows a bit more.
Yeah.
And sonically it's a bit better. I think Noir's a bit more experimental.
That and maybe it's because I was married to the sound, like what he did on Black Swan.
Yeah.
And then Noir was such a departure for me that I was kind of like, what's
going
going on here? Yeah. Maybe it's a project I need to revisit.
I would recommend revisiting it because there's objectively good songs in there. You get me?
Yeah.
Like there's so many songs there that are objectively good.
And then Saba, my first introduction to Saba was through the song Photosynthesis.
What a song.
What a song. That's the first time I've heard Saba. I was like, what is this?
I think Saba's incredible. There's something about Saba as well where, you talk about Telephone.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Care For Me.
Yeah.
Care For Me is just one of them albums where, I can't even, have you heard Comfort Zone?
Is that on Care For Me?
So Comfort Zone is a tape. You looking for your phone?
Yeah. Keep going.
Comfort Zone is a tape. It come out in 2014 and it wasn't on streaming, but he put it on streaming last week on its 10-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Listen to it.
Got you.
It's raw, but there's so much of the essence of Saba on that tape and there's so many good songs on there.
Yeah.
But Care For Me, is On Any Given Day can be my favourite album of all time.
Yeah.
Ask Me On The Right Day.
Yeah, I've heard you speak about the album highly in terms of like it's one of the best albums of that 2010 era.
100% of that 2010 or that 2010s era, one of the best albums. And I look at Saba and I look at the run he's been on. Listen, but we talk a lot about these Chicago artists from his era in the last 10 years. He's the best. I don't want to hear Lil Durk and whatever. Saba is the best artist to come out of Chicago, in my opinion. Rapper anyway.
Yeah.
Just in case I'm missing the singer.
For me, the problem is, though, Saba in terms of like longevity, yeah. But then I think about what Mick Jenkins did.
Mick Jenkins is a shout.
With that Waters project.
Yeah, Mick Jenkins. I knew you were going to say Mick Jenkins. I knew you were going to say Mick Jenkins. God.
With songs like P's and Q's, The Waters, The Waters is the project, but Water, the song, Comfortable. Bro, like Mick Jenkins.
Pieces of a Man's a really good tape as well.
Yeah. Like Mick Jenkins got, but I agree in terms of like projects wise, I've got Saba over Mick. In terms of that project,
there's just there is with Saba. For me, I like music that's relatable.
Yeah,
you get me. I like music that's relatable, and where I'm at in my life when I talk about relatable, talk to me about losing family. Talk to me about heartbreak. Talk to me about overcoming trauma. Talk to me about depression and anxiety and how that makes you feel. These are things I can relate to. Mm-hmm. These are things that's like, it kind of brings me, I feel like, for instance, so Jay-Z is my favorite rapper of all time, right? Yeah. One of the reasons why I like Jay-Z is because when I listen to Jay-Z, especially old school Jay-Z, I feel broke. But I like that stunt on me. Yeah. I like that feeling. But then sometimes you want to go the other way where it's like, okay, I want to sit and listen to someone and it feels like we're having a conversation and we can talk like, you're just like me. You get me? There isn't that kind of glass film between the two of us. And that's why I like her. More so, Smino doesn't maybe do it as much as the other two.
Yeah.
So more so someone like Saba or No Name. That's why I resonate so much with their music. You get me?
Before we move on to the next topic, the rapper that I think is like amazing at stunning on people and people don't give him his credit for stunting is Tyler, the Creator.
Yeah.
Tyler, the Creator can stunt on people Like, especially, it was his verse on Telephone where he was like, my nigga tax bracket chains, have you seen my home? Pool, crib got a tennis court, got my Vina and Serena on. Niggas trap thinking they made like 30,000. Through a carnival, attendance was like 30,000. Like, Tyler,
Yeah, Tyler's
Creator
a stunter.
he stunts.
Have you
on
heard his
people.
chorus on 327 of West Side Gun?
Yeah.
Where he's like, off released, off white to the ankle.
Yeah.
I'm in them places that you can't go. Like, Tyler stunts, bro.
Tyler stunts.
Tyler stunts.
Even on Potato Salad with ASAP Rocky, like he's starting on that.
It's so
Tyler
crazy
track, man.
because I'm old enough to have listened to Tyler when he was coming up.
Yeah.
So it's such a departure from the way he was rapping on albums like Goblin.
Yeah.
And you get me, it's such a departure.
I stabbed Bruno Mars in his goddamn esophagus. And
Like he
walked
was
up to the
spitting
console
some
bid.
shit.
He was
Like,
doing
I'm
some
like, bro, like you man are talking mad shit.
Mad, like just mad.
You man are talking mad crud, bro. Like you man
Yeah.
obviously grew up listening to Eminem and that, and now
Yeah.
you're just trying to do that. Well, fair enough, because Odd Future was so big.
Our future was huge.
Odd
man.
Future were huge, bro. Like man was skating, wearing Supreme, doing this, doing that. You see the kids wearing Supreme now, but Supreme kind of had a resurgence because Supreme
Yeah.
was dead for a bit. When Supreme was really big, 012, 013, it was because of Odd Future.
yeah.
You get me?
Odd Future, but that swag era.
Yeah.
But like bro, but even just the success of like a lot of the Odd Future members is like it's like obviously like Tyler was the front runner, but the career that Franks had afterwards, Sid, Earl, yeah, just like even Jasper.
Yeah.
Like Jasper be producing like
Probably.
executive producing stuff like just outside of the scene,
Yeah.
behind the scenes, and I was just shout out to Odd Future, man. We'll stay within music. We'll talk about the boys soon, but within music, man. For like I've seen your takes on Twitter, about, and I was like, I need to talk to my man.
It's usually women who are pulling me up on my tweets. Now it's the random.
Nah, man, because listen, I'm gonna let it be known. Freddie Gibbs of the past 5 years, ever since Kendrick stopped like dropping projects regularly, Freddie Gibbs has been my favorite rapper. Obviously, he gets compared, rightfully so, to artists like Benny the Butcher, and obviously they've got their outstanding situations.
Yeah,
which we're not gonna talk about.
It's none of our business.
But I said, you know what? This is a moment to have a conversation.
What was my take?
Your take was that there was a Freddie Gibbs doesn't have a better project than it was a Benny Butcher project.
Time to talk.
Yes.
I don't think he does.
You
I don't think he
not.
does. I don't think he does.
Okay,
Bro,
what
Time
makes
to
you say
Talk
that?
3 is so fucking crazy.
So I want you to say this to the camera.
Which one? That one.
That one right
Time
there.
to Talk 3 is so... I love Freddie Gibbs. He don't have a better tape than Time to Talk 3. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Why'd you say that?
Time to Talk... Do you know what it is Time to Talk 3? You know how I was just saying about music making you feel... bringing different feelings out of you? Time to Talk 3 makes me want to put on all black, find a snub nose, and say, yeah, fuck it. I'm on violence. Like, Time to Talk 3 makes me want to just ride out and do mad stuff. Just move mad irrational. And even that, the rapping performances, some of the rapping, aside from all of that, some of the rapping performances on Time to Talk 3, the intro itself, that's one of the best intros of all time. Then you got songs like Fast Steady, 97 Hove, All 70, Rick, which I think is Benny's best song. Like some of the rapping performances on Time to Talk 3 are so insane. And the production is elite. Derringer is so fucking good.
Here's what I'll give you, Benny the Butcher over Freddie. On that, Benny the Butcher is a better storyteller than Freddie, hands down. Storytelling, in terms of like, and this is a big thing for me in terms of rappers. Can you make me feel what you're feeling even if I don't relate?
Yeah.
Like you said, Benny makes me feel like Kingpin shit.
Yeah.
Flow wise, and the reason why I love, the reason why my favorite project from Freddie's Pinata, obviously, but Pinata, Bandana, Alfredo, I have a take about Alfredo, but Pinata, Bandana, Alfredo,
I'm not gonna like it, am I?
You know, but especially like Pinata, Bandana, and even So Separately is pretty good.
Yeah.
For me, Freddie's best attribute is his wasn't the best flows I've
His
ever
flow,
heard.
yeah.
Bro, though his cadence, yeah. Like do you know what I love about rappers? Yeah, he doesn't leave wasted space. In the beat.
Yeah.
Like for every part of that beat, Freddie is gonna fill it with a bar.
Yeah.
And for me, it's just the way he's able to hop, especially him and Madlib. The way he's able to hop on songs like Robes.
Yeah.
Or even High.
That was shortlisted from his top 5. That was
High.
shortlisted.
Even,
Danny Brown went fucking nuts on High
Danny
as well.
Brown went mad.
Danny Brown is very underrated. We'll talk about. He's very underrated. Danny Brown is very underrated.
That beat switching fake names.
Oh fuck.
Pouring up, 4 and up, 3 bricks on my 100 up. Jack a pussy blow his pet. That's how you fuck the summer up.
Oh no.
Brother,
No,
that's for me. Yeah.
I fucking love Freddie Gibbs, man.
That's for me.
That's the thing. I love Freddie Gibbs. I'm not saying it as in a slanderish way.
They're both sick rappers, yeah. But I think for me, Benny the Butcher, yeah. Because Freddie has bars. I'm not going to say Freddie don't have bars, but I think Benny has better bars.
Yeah.
But for me, Freddie, yeah, in terms of just the musicality, bro, for me, the way Fred, like, I don't think, yeah, you can body Freddie on a verse.
Pusha T did it.
On
Palm Olive,
innit?
he did. And Freddie did it on Benny did it on Frank Lucas. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
I'll give you Palm Olive. Because what he did on Palm Olive, okay, but Pusha T, okay, fairs. But for me, yeah, but when Freddie's in certain pockets, he's untouchable.
Yeah.
When Freddie's in that Freddie,
I can't lie, what he did to Currency on Fetty is nuts. He can't, he dog walked him. And I love Currency, but he fucking dog walked him. He dog walked him the whole tape.
Bro, Freddie, yeah, like, that's the thing. So for me, I'm not mad at you, but I'm just
It sounds like you are.
I was like, because I've never heard, I was like, Freddie don't have a better, what?
I don't think he does.
Benyatta, Bandana, and Alfredo are legendary.
So it's time to talk free. If you told me to make a list of the 10 best hip-hop albums of the 2010s, or let's say 15, I think Time to Talk would be in there. I think Time to Talk would be in there.
Think about it.
I'd have to think about it.
But
I think
me,
Time to Talk
Pinata, I don't think about
in.
Pinata, I don't think about that. That's there. I don't know what that is there. It's not a debate or a conversation.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna just name a few. I'll name a few. Okay. Is Pinata better than Control System by Absol?
I've revisited Pinata more, so I'd probably say.
Okay. Is it better than Good Kid, Mad City or Temple Butterfly?
No.
Yeah, cool.
No.
Cool. Is it better than... Okay, it's better than all Drake's albums. Is it better than Forest Hills Drive? I know you like J. Cole, so I'm not even a J. Cole fan. I'm only asking you because I know you like J. Cole.
Is Pinata better than Forest Hills Drive? Oh, but it's a... Right now, I'm going to say no, but I could literally listen to Pinata right now and change my mind. It's a conversation.
Have you heard Reject 2 by Conway?
No.
Okay, you need to listen to that. That's your homework. You need to listen to Reject 2. Have you heard Fly God by West Side Gun?
Yes.
Is it better than Fly God? It's not better than Fly God. I'll answer that for you. It's not better than Fly God. I don't think it's better than Fly God.
If you had said HHH, one of the HHHs...
It's not better than 6.
If you said one of the HHHs, maybe...
It's not better than 6. I'll tell you it's not better than HH6. It's not better than 6. It's not better than 6, and it's not better than Fly God, and it's not better than Supreme Blind Town either. Is it better than Atrocity Exhibition by It's not. You see what I mean?
Okay.
See, that's what I'm saying, though, innit? It sounds like it.
No. But you've named like what 5, 6, and I've.
But it's off the top of my head. It's all
you've named like 6 here.
Yeah.
And I've given you 3 debatables.
Okay.
I've given you like 3 or 4 debatables, meaning that it's in the conversation.
But remember, I'm doing this off the top of my head. I'm not even thinking about this.
No, I feel you. But Pinata is better than a lot of albums.
No, it is. It definitely is. It definitely is.
Like for example, the Forest Hill Drives one really fucked me up.
Yeah.
Because cool. If I was to do a clash, let's say I pick a song, like, okay. Let's say I pick a song like Fire Squad,
Mm-hmm.
Is that better than Robes?
Of course it's not.
It's not. But is that better than High?
Nah.
But if I start, and listen to the J. Cole fans out there, please do not take this as Forest Hill Drive disrespect. I'm just saying, Pinata is in the, like, if I was to do like obviously they got 2 different sounds, 2 different fan bases. But if you're a hip hop fan and put those albums together, I can't lie. I think the purist will pick Pinata.
No, I would pick Pinata. I
Yeah.
said I'm only asking because I know you're a J. Cole fan. But
Right.
I would pick Pinata myself.
Yeah.
I pick
Pinata's better
Pinata
than
myself.
it.
But
But
my
yeah,
thing
man.
is, I think maybe Pinata would get in the top 15.
Bandana, you can Bandana probably is a top. But I like, okay, this is my hot take. I like Bandana more than Alfredo. I said it.
Do you like it more or are you saying it's better? Which one are you saying? Because which one are you saying though? Because I got tapes that, okay, I like Care For Me more than I like Only Built For Cuban Links. But Care For Me isn't better than Only Built For Cuban Links.
Here's the thing. I don't revisit Alfredo.
How
Okay.
can you not revisit Alfredo?
Okay. Let me tell you the songs of Alfredo I revisit.
Okay.
I revisit Baby Shit. I revisit God Is Perfect. What else? I'm going through the album right now, yeah. And because I know the songs I revisit because they got likes.
Yeah.
Something to rap about. Cold.
I'm waiting for you to say the best song on the album.
Skinny Shug. That's it. I'm not gonna say Look At Me.
Look At Me is Freddie Gibbs' best song.
No, it's
Look
not.
At Me is Freddie Gibbs' best.
No. See, this is the one I want to talk about. No, it's not. Okay, Snooder. Because no, it's not. Look At Me is not Freddie Gibbs' best song.
Are you mad? That song is so fucking good.
Okay,
That song
talk
is
to me.
so
Talk to
fucking
me.
good.
Because I saw
Bro.
you say this on Twitter, yeah, and I was like,
Listen, bro. My heart's beating so fast right now because I'm getting mad. The sample, the lead into the song, the fucking production. One day we're gonna have a conversation about Alchemist and where he ranks all time.
oh, for sure.
We'll
all
have
time.
a very, 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 very honest conversation about Alchemist. The fucking, you talk about flow. Oh my, he switches his flow like 3 different times in that song as well. His like, bro, for me, if someone said, like for instance, if you said to someone, yeah, give me one song to sum up this artist, I'm playing Look At Me. The production, the sample, the flow, the subject matter, like.
That is an all-time Gibbs song. To say it's his best for me.
It's his best song.
Nah,
It's his best
bro.
song. I think it's his best
bro.
song. I think it's his best song.
Listen, for me, yeah, when I say for me, in terms of, it's the second, fake names, I have it over Look At Me. No, the way he do the beat switch on
fuck's
fake
sake,
names. 3 bricks, I'm 100 up. Jack
If
on pussy,
Fake
blowers,
Names
have.
was just the second half, the whole song, I'd agree with you.
But it's still, but I feel like, yeah, the first half of the song here is good. But, bro, the beat cuts.
Yeah.
It cuts, and he's still rapping.
The way he feels that silence
Yo,
is
bro,
so, yeah,
the beat
yeah.
cuts. There's empty space. Dream Team legal, I never take an L court room through the refresh. Gavachi Walla, forward up, forward up. 3 bricks, I'm 100
It's
up.
an amazing song. It's in his top 5. It's in his top 5. But I think Look At Me is his best song.
The only reason, though, I love Robes to death. Robes is one of the best.
That's in his top 5 as well.
Okay, I contradict myself in my earlier point. L kind of smokes him.
Yeah. Gibbs enjoys. It's
Oh,
not a
kinda
lot of breads who can say they've never. I don't know anyone who can say they've never been spun.
Yeah.
Everyone's been spun.
Everyone's been spun. Yeah.
It happens.
Everyone's been spun.
It happens.
But yeah, I think this. I'm not saying this song is on Look At Me's level, but PYS on Soul Sold Separately, bruv. That last verse.
Now I
on
think you've been a bit disrespectful. Now I think you've been a bit disrespectful.
I didn't say the same level. PYS, the second part of PYS, bro.
A song I would argue is better than Look At Me if I had to argue it is Robes.
Yes.
Another song I'd argue is Real.
Yeah.
Another song I would argue is
Shame.
No.
Actually, no, that's
No.
not better. But
No.
Shame's good. Okay, Shame is amazing though. That
No,
sample's amazing.
Bro, Freddie Gibbs, you see Freddie Gibbs, yeah? Freddie Gibbs, if he wasn't such a donut
Yeah.
and so corny, then his kind of status within the hip hop community and the way fans see him would be so much better. But he's always doing this, getting arrested, getting beat up,
Yeah.
baby moms. And it's like, bro, people are just looking at you like you're a dick. And it's like Joe Budden. How many people actually know how good of a rapper Joe Budden was back in the day when he used to rap?
No, people know him as a podcast now.
That's what I'm saying. No one knows that Joe Budden was one of the coldest rappers of his generation. You get me?
Education. Education. No, for him to rap the way he rapped with
rapped.
Mos Def and Black Thought
Rapped. He was rapping
in
his
Education.
arse off. Oh my. Education's a shout.
Education.
I even forgot about education. Oh my days. I never thought I'd see Mos Def get spun like that.
Bro.
Or Black Thought. Seeing Black Thought get spun like that is crazy.
It's crazy.
Like, bro, Gibbs is super nice. The funny thing is, Gibbs is better than Benny.
As a rapper.
Just in general.
Yeah.
Like, however you want to quantify it. Yeah, Benny's a better quote unquote rapper. But Gibbs to me, I don't want to use the word artist. I hate that word because of what it's turned into. But to me, Gibbs is better.
Because
But I'm just saying Tanner Talk. And even like I was saying, my thing with Griselda, other than Westside Gun, they can't make albums. Griselda can't make albums.
Yes.
They can't make albums.
Yes.
It's only Westside Gun because Westside Gun's beat selection is so good.
Yes.
And he's willing to kind of push the boundaries a little bit more than the other two are. They can't make a good album.
They can't.
He caught lightning in a bottle with Tanner Talk 3.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he hasn't got other projects that are half decent. Tanner Talk 4 is good and he's got other albums that are... But maybe, they can't make albums.
Maybe because I'll put 5. Because when you said he hasn't got a better project than Talent Talk 3, I know you didn't say this, but my head was like, what? So you saying he's better? And I know that's not what you said. But for me, it's like when you're saying an artist doesn't have a discography that's better than this one album.
Yeah.
I almost interpret this as so this album trumps Freddie Gibbs' discography.
Definitely not. Because let's say we're ranking it. Let's say we go Tanner Talk 3, Pinata, for the sake of argument. Pinata, Alfredo, Bandana.
Yeah.
Then we're going like the plugs I met.
Fair.
Like we're taking a drop before we get there.
Because them albums are like.
Yeah.
You can compare them.
Yeah. You can compare them. I personally think.
Because I wasn't offended by Talent Talk 3. But for me, it was like, what? So this trumps what?
No.
So this is like the Magnum. This is like the Miseducation compared to what?
So it's like if Tanner Talk is a 10, then whatever you think Freddie Gibbs' best album is like a 9 3/4.
Fine.
Or 9.5. But then Freddie Gibbs has like 2 or 3 nines, 9.5s. Benny has 1 10 and then a bunch of 6s and 7s.
And here's the thing about Alfredo. I'll speak about. Alfredo's a good album. I just like the pairing in terms. No, it's not even the pairing. I think for some reason, Freddie, and maybe it's the difference. Freddie was a lot more introspective on Alfredo than he's been on previous albums, isn't it?
Yeah.
And for me, I don't really. When it comes to Freddie specifically, I like the rappity rap Freddie.
Yeah.
Like I'm not really here for like.
So look at me. Come on, man.
He's rapping. He's rapping.
No, but he was definitely more introspective than Alfredo. I wonder why that was. Yeah.
He's way more introspective on Alfredo.
Yeah.
But like, but on Baby Shit, he was rap. Doja Cat, let me hit me for the back.
I can't like Baby Shit. He was rapping.
Baby Shit, he was rapping.
Man said he's cooking dope and cleaning baby shit at the same time.
In Versace robes.
But you know it is a Freddie.
In Versace robes.
There's certain bars that only Freddie can get away with saying because it's like even when he says that, I can imagine him doing it.
Yeah.
I can imagine him one hand on the pot and the next hand, you get me, cleaning his. Oh, that's crazy, bro. Like Freddie's the only one who can get away with lyrics like that.
Freddie, like he has one of the best voices in rapping.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, he does.
Just his like confidence. His my God.
Voices is a very big thing in rap, and I don't think people really pay enough attention to how important, like Pop Smoke, for instance.
Yeah.
Someone like Pop Smoke, for instance, whose voice was such a big part of his personality. Yeah. I think even someone like Ghostface Killer, which he has a different kind of voice, but there's something about his voice and cadence that people latch onto.
Yeah.
You get me? Even like, I don't know how much you listen to Chirac and stuff growing up, but someone like Lil Bibby.
Yeah.
Like Lil Bibby was like 17 years old with a deeper voice than me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But people gravitate towards
one of my favorite voices in rap, Michi Darko.
Oh,
It's so different.
Yeah.
From Flatbush Zombies.
Yeah.
It's so different, but like...
Flatbush Zombies isn't someone my best friend's little brothers and trying to get me to listen to Flatbush Zombies for the last 7 years.
I'd say...
I've just never really...
I'd say the project 3001 A Laced Odyssey. Mm-hmm. That project, bro. Yeah, that's your homework. Flatbush Zombies 3001 A Laced Odyssey.
Cool.
That project there, that's Flatbush. That was Flatbush's like... kind of like welcome into the game.
Okay.
But Flatbush, I'd say it's like Michi Darko is like the star, but the best rapper on Flatbush Zombies is Eric the Architect.
Yeah.
Eric the Architect, the pockets he gets into is crazy, and then Jamba Juice is like more the wild. He's kind of he's the ODB of the group.
Okay.
He's the ODB of the group.
Yeah.
But
the thing is, that you always have groups like that. When you think of, for instance, you think of like Wu-Tang. I always thought Raekwon was the best rapper in Wu-Tang. You think of even like Odd Future, Tyler was like the frontman, but Earl was always a better rapper than Tyler. So it happens like that.
That's
a lot.
the thing. Michi's the front runner of like Flatbush Zombies, and when you hear him, you understand why. Yeah. Nobody sounds like Michi.
Yeah.
He like on one of his tapes. He said, I played this fan told me I sound like the devil.
That's crazy.
Like no, his voice is like is different, and it's polarizing, but it's just like like it's different.
3001, you said,
yeah. 3001, At Least Odyssey. It's the album cover with like cartoons on it.
Cool.
Yeah. I posted that album one time, and then one Congolese artist got onto me. Said, "Hey, me look at Satana." Bandoki, fam. You know what I'm saying? But man. Shit, man. Let's get onto film and TV. But let's get onto The Boys, man.
Chat to me, man.
The Boys season 4, man. This season's been polarizing for a lot of fans online. There's been a lot of discourse about the woke agenda, about how the writing of this season pales in comparison to previous seasons. Your overall thoughts on season 4, man? This is fresh in your head. You just watched it recently.
I enjoyed it. I went into it with a weird mindset because I'd seen so many conflicting things online.
Yeah.
The thing is with The Boys, sometimes I think they lean a bit too heavy into the gore and shock stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. We're going to talk about
sometimes it's too much bells and whistles. I'd rather you kind of slow it down a little bit and tell me the story. For instance, the scene when the Brez in the sauna eating himself out. I'm just like, do you know what I mean? I'm like, is that not a bit much?
That one kind of made sense.
It made sense. It did service the story, but
because in the words of Kendrick, he's got my favorite acronym now. He's a fan. He's a freaky ass nigga.
Yeah.
So like it made sense why someone like Firecracker has got the fan base that she's got, because they're full of freaky ass people.
No, it's true. But it's things like that.
But there's definitely other scenes that we'll talk on later. Yeah. There's one I want to get onto. But
I did enjoy it. I thought it was good. I thought some of the plot twists, for instance, Joe Kessler being a figment of Butcher's imagination was cool. That was like a really, really cool plot twist. I think for the most part, what they did was slowly plant the seeds for Ryan and what Ryan's going to grow into, which was very, very well done. Because they've done it in a way where you can see the tendencies, but he's still very much got his innocence. Because he is, at the end of the day, just a scared little kid.
Yeah.
So I think that was really well done. I think Sister Sage was an amazing character. So good.
I love Sister Sage.
So good.
And
Frenchie, I can't lie. Frenchie was my dude, but nah.
This plot
Good dude university.
This plot line with Frenchie was absolutely stupid.
Yeah, it just felt like they wanted to give him something different to do.
But the problem with his plot, it made him unlikable. So you're going to engage in a relationship with a man whose family you murdered.
Yeah.
And you're going to that shouldn't have even happened.
Yeah.
And then I obviously wanted to do the good thing of like, oh my God, I'm gonna tell him the truth about I killed. That's to absolve you of guilt.
Yeah.
What does that do for him?
Yeah. It doesn't actually do anything for
That's
him.
gonna psychologically traumatize him.
Yeah. Because he's sleeping with the dude
that does nothing for you. You are better off keeping that to yourself.
Yeah.
And because that's your trauma and your guilt you have to deal with.
Yeah.
Go away and deal with that. And it put, as much as I love the ending scene of Frenchie and Kimiko being together, because that's all we've wanted. The bullshit road we've taken to get there this season dulled the moment for me.
Yeah.
It dulled the moment for me.
There was too many bells and whistles around it, I felt the Colin story didn't even really, maybe I'm missing something, but it didn't really contribute
because
that
we don't
much.
See Colin net. We don't see Colin after that.
It.
So it just felt like a plot device for Frenchie. And it's like, no, this is something that Frenchie, this is not Colin, this is not Frenchie working through his, it would have been better, I'll be real, because Colin and Frenchie were both working on the Team Starlight campaign. It would have felt better if like they were colleagues working on Starlight and Frenchie was dealing with, hey, this guy's my friend, this guy's my colleague.
Yeah.
But I've killed. That would have felt better, but adding the sexual element made Frenchie more dislikable to me, because you've taken it It's perverse on
Yeah.
Frenchie's behalf because this is you're knowingly sleeping with somebody whose family you've completely massacred.
Yeah.
I would have understood the plot line better if it was like, hey, this is a colleague who I've done in the past, but we're actively working towards something better. And then maybe telling him, hey, listen, I got skeletons in my closet. I did this, but I'm a better person. Look at what I'm doing with this. But taking the relationship of romantic and sexuals, like, it makes Frenchie look worse because you had prior knowledge to this.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you touched on Sister Sage. I love Sister Sage.
She was so good, man.
And I want to touch on like a criticism online that people have been like, oh my God, why is Sister Sage? She's the smartest person in the world. Why is she working with Homelander? And for me, the reason why it comes down, Sister Sage is an egotistical character.
Yeah.
And it's not just ego though. What happens, we see this in modern day society, what happens with hyper intelligent people is that they get bored. We see this in schools and stuff. That's why you have to stimulate like the gifted and talented brain. You can't just give them like regular maths equations. You got to give them something that's going to challenge them. Sister Sage has said in the show she could easily cure illnesses. She can easily cure cancer.
She cured cancer in 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the most challenging thing in the world is to control the most powerful person in the world.
Yeah.
The most powerful person who's egotistical, most powerful person who doesn't respond well to authority, the most powerful person who literally is an infant emotionally. That is a challenge that Sister Sage wants to conquer. It's like chess.
Yeah.
And the thing is about, for example, people play video games. You don't play video games against your 5-year-old cousin. Why? Because you smoke him. You play video games against your friends because they present a challenge to you. There is and the character like Sister Sage, who we know in the show is absolutely egotistical and absolutely views the rest of society as peons to her. For her to have Homelander in her pocket or be able to maneuver Homelander in the ways that she wants, that's the ultimate prize.
Yeah.
Because it validates how intelligent she is.
The thing is, she said it herself at the end when she came back. Homelander was like, "Threw you out like garbage. Why'd you come back?" She was like, because I just wanted to, because I could.
Because I could.
She just said, because I could, and just
because
walked
she
off.
wants to prove to herself that I'm that person.
Yeah.
No one else can maneuver this because Homelander fits on the end goal. He got him out of there. Homelander has managed to get everyone he dislikes out of the equation. Sister Sage is the only person that stuck around, even when Homelander tried to get out of the picture. He was, at the end, he was forced to acknowledge Sister Sage. Like, damn, you're right. And that's what Sister Sage wants. So for me, her character is it's not about, hey, being smart and like using your smarts to help the world. Because Sister Sage is an incredibly like bitter character. You see how she reacts to a character like Firecracker, who's obviously racist. Yeah. But Sister Sage is bitter. She doesn't want to help the world. She wants to help herself because she doesn't see the world as worth helping.
Like she set up Firecracker to get beat up by Starlight.
Yeah, which she deserved. Absolutely deserved.
Of course she deserved
Absolutely
that,
deserved it. But
yeah, that's the thing with Sister Sage is, you know, you talk about like chess, like she is literally playing, you know, you say human chess, you know, she's literally playing human chess. She is legit playing human chess. Like everything that went Vort's way was because Sister Sage, you get me? There was a reason why she didn't out A-Train as the rat.
Facts.
There was a reason why she let Cameron get killed. There was a reason why she did all of these things. There was a method behind her madness. And to us it's madness, but to her, she's seeing all of this happen.
Absolutely.
You get me?
Absolutely. But there's one elephant in the room I want to talk about, and you sent me a voice note about it.
That voice that I was so gassed, I don't remember what I said. Yeah, I was so gassed.
It was obviously at the end of the season finale.
Was it the Starlight thing?
The season finale, obviously, we have the whole body snatcher ganger situation where Starlight basically, as the shapeshifter basically impersonates Starlight and, you know, sleeps with Huey, pretends to be Starlight to gain information pertaining to Victoria Newman and information that could foil the plan that Homelander and Sister Sage have. Obviously, there's multiple scenes where Huey sleeps with the fake Starlight while the real Starlight is chained up. And when the real Starlight and Huey reconvene, they reconnect, Starlight kind of chastises Huey for sleeping with the fake Starlight, which in principle I kind of get, because let's be real, Starlight, when she was chained up, she's just come from an intense battle scene. She probably has stuff to vent, get off her chest. My issue isn't with Starlight, it's more with the show's treatment of Huey. Yeah. And I'll tell you why. Because in season 1, we make a rightful big point about Starlight being essayed by the Deep.
The Deep, yeah.
By the Deep. And that's like a big plot point of the thing. And that's, and that storyline is like one of the few things that's actually treated with grace and care. Let's be frank. Let's be Lampard. Huey this season has been essayed multiple times. The whole stuff with Tech Knight is assault. What happened with the fake Starlight is a word that rhymes with grape. The show, and my thing about the show, it's my issue with the show is that it treats Huey like a human punching bag, and what you went back to like the gore and the gratuitousness. For me, the show never treated that with the seriousness it is. What that villain, I'm not saying the villain shouldn't have done what she did, because that shit was nefarious. She was a villain. But that would have been an amazing point to bring Huey and Starlight together to be like, yo, of course I'm pissed off. But I acknowledge what's happened to you here and what's happened to you across the season. Because what's happened to Huey, and not even to be like woke, like people want to take the show, but like what happened to Huey is a madness. I don't want to use the argument of, if this happened to Thingy, but just let's deep what happened to Huey with the Tech Knight situation.
Remember his parents as well, the whole thing with his parents, his pops, his mum coming back after however many years.
Bro, Huey is treated like a human punching bag throughout the season, and it's like, it's funny because it's Huey, he's a dickhead. And it's like, nah. At some point, don't get me wrong, every character on the show gets violated, but at least it's to push the plot forward. And obviously the stuff with Huey and his dad obviously leads to like Huey makes the final decision that his dad never thought he could make, which is when it comes time to shove, you got to make uncomfortable decisions. So that plotline was fine. The doppelganger stuff is fine, but when you combine that with the Tech Knight stuff that literally happened episodes before, it's SA, bro.
No, it's true.
It's SA. Let's call a buck
no,
a
it's
buck.
true. It's
and
true.
for the show, to treat Huey's reward as, hey, you're gonna get some coochie later, though. So you'll be out, nigga. You tough, right?
They definitely glossed over it.
They glossed over it, innit? So for me, that was my biggest bone to pick with the show. It was like, rotted. You're gonna treat Huey like that?
Yeah. I feel like the show eventually is gonna have to move past that. Huey.
Yeah.
It's gonna have to move past that eventually, because there was like a trope online. People would always laugh and say, "Oh, all the boys is the Huey covered in blood."
Yeah.
But it was again this season, Huey covered in blood. But it's like sooner or later we're gonna have to graduate from this.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, Huey's been doing this for ages now, and he understands this part of the job, and he's not whatless. And you get me?
Yeah.
Sooner or later we're gonna have to move past that.
Yeah. For sure.
That's my only thing. It does get a bit tiresome where it's like, Huey again, and do you know what I mean? And the boys still don't respect him, and they're still, whatever, treating him like a send out. Because even the ending scene with like Victoria Newman, for instance, right, when she's killed by Butcher, even that, it's like Butcher still don't rate my man, which also kind of invalidates what his mum said to him last season, where his mum compared Huey to Lenny, and was like, do right by him and whatever. But it's like Butcher hasn't. It's either you've ignored it, or Butcher's just not listening to his mum. Which one is it?
But the thing about Butcher and Huey, I feel like, for example, if let's say the virus that Butcher has now was to eradicate all soups and Huey was a soup, he wouldn't use it.
You think so?
I think Huey, put it this way, I think Butcher would kill every single member of the boys except for Huey.
Even Mother's Milk, you think so? I
think at this point Butcher's so far. I think Huey, obviously Ryan was the light that kept him, but Butcher, for me, because remember what you said. He said, he invalidated Huey's thing, but as soon as he like X'd off Victoria Newman, he looks at Huey and says, "You're welcome."
Yeah.
Butcher still thinks he's in the right, but specifically for Huey, remember the virus stuff doesn't affect Huey.
Yeah.
Huey's like the one thing that I think Butcher would go out of his way to protect. But I do agree with the whole overall sentiment of the show that the show kind of shits on Huey.
Yeah.
But let's get into Butcher. I think Butcher's battle with Kessler this season. Mm-hmm. Oh man, that moment with
Jeffrey Dean Morgan is incredible, by the way.
I love him.
He's so good. He's so good.
I didn't watch The Walking Dead like that. I started watching The Walking Dead because I saw Negan scenes online.
Yeah.
Like that's how much that Jeffrey Dean Morgan is incredible. But that scene with obviously Butcher, Mallory, and Ryan. The scene that finally breaks Butcher. And there's so much wrong in terms, not writing wise, but just in terms of the character Why would Mallory do
Yeah,
that?
Mallory's an idiot.
Why?
Mallory's had a shocker. Mallory's had a shocker. Mallory's
Just
had a shocker.
poor decision
Yeah.
making.
Mallory's had a
Poor
shocker.
decision making. My goodness.
Mallory's had a shocker.
You have your asset. You have the target that you need.
Yeah.
And then you can like Ryan was already receptive to Butcher. I think had the conversation gone a different way, had you not said, "Hey, our plan is to unalive Homelander,"
No, our plan is to get you to
unalive
yeah.
Homelander, like he would have been more receptive to it.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that you're using him as the weapon, and Homelander's whole thing this season, this and last season with Ryan is like, hey, they don't understand us. We're gods amongst men. We can't relate to these people.
Yeah.
And you're literally proving Homelander's whole ideology because you see Ryan as an asset rather than a fully functional human being. The reason why he got along with Butcher is because Butcher started treating him like a person.
Yeah.
Granted, there were contingency plans with Butcher and Kessler. For example, when Ryan came to Butcher's house and Butcher Butcher had put something in the cookies with Ryan, but Butcher saw Ryan as the last hope, and they put Ryan in a situation where he had to do what he had to do. But it was just I think what spun Butcher wasn't the fact that Ryan X'd off Mallory, was the unbotheredness about it.
Yeah.
He looked at Mallory, went about his day.
Yeah.
And I think from that was the point of no return, because Ryan was the shining light for Butcher. He was the beacon of hope about, hey, maybe these soups are all right.
Yeah.
And then once that happened, it's like...
I feel like every single time Butcher gets a bit of hope, something happens to him and he's like, yeah, all you soups are the same. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like a part of Butcher, there is some good in Butcher.
Yeah.
I think there is some good in Butcher. But sometimes it gets to a point with Butcher where it's like, nah, do you know what? What I was thinking before was right. I should have just stuck to my instincts and whatever. And sometimes it just leads him to crash out. But like I said with Ryan, what they've done with Ryan very well this season is kind of sow the seed. So, for instance, that scene where he's getting the intern to slap the director and that sort of thing. So you're kind of seeing the way he kind of takes joy in seeing the intern slap the director, and all just these little things. Like, for instance, when he killed the stuntman, obviously he didn't do it on purpose, but you're kind of seeing, okay, this is someone who is liable to get a bit emotional and lose control. So you're just kind of seeing the way they plant, and they've done it really, really well. That's one thing this season did very, very well, is plant those seeds for, I would say heel turn, but do you know what I mean? But they planted the seeds in it very, very well.
Absolutely. It's the abuse of power, and I think that's what Homelander's taught him, to like abuse power. But it's the thing that Ryan, the one beacon of hope of Ryan is his mother, where obviously we see Homelander going back to the facility where he was raised in, and kind of subjecting the people that tortured him to torture. Ryan doesn't have that yet. Ryan has never had that, where his foundation was his mother. But in the age of adolescence, where you're most impressionable, where you're most susceptible to outside forces, he's being raised by Homelander. Yeah. So it's like the two sides of Ryan fighting each other. Because even we see when Vought are doing like that, the
puppet thing.
Yeah, the puppet commercial. Ryan is completely against that.
He's against it. Yeah.
He's against the messaging. Season 4 is going to be interesting because before we get to season 4. Rest in peace, Victoria Newman, man.
Man, I was upset, man. It's like, damn.
She deserved it, though. She deserved it.
You think so?
I think she deserved it because, one, Hugh's been telling her all this time. Victoria Newman overestimated her importance, and I understand why. But she thought she could... It's one of those things where it's like she thought she could work the system from within. Mm-hmm. An asset like Homelander always viewed her as a means to an end. Mm-hmm. And Victoria Newman obviously worked. Her thing was about self-protection, but you can't protect yourself against a system, against an entity like Homelander, who's all about themselves. Yeah. And Huey multiple times throughout the season offered her, "Hey, this is not going to work out for you. Mm-hmm. Come join us." Yeah, they tried to like X her off in the beginning of the season, and that didn't work.
Nothing they tried this season worked.
Yeah. But for me, when Victoria Newman had multiple times, and the only time she flipped the switch is when, oh my God, she had no other choice. Yeah. Homelander already outed her as a soup. She'd already been compromised. Hey, I'm going to work with the boys. But several occasions throughout the show, she had and think about Victoria Newman's character here. She's a character that unsympathetically has murdered a lot of people.
Yeah.
But the first introduction to her powers was in the courtroom.
Yeah.
Where mad innocents were
Popping.
literally. So for me, when it comes to Victoria Newman, as much as like, oh my God, I wanted to see redemption, the road for redemption for her was too late.
Yeah.
She'd already made her bed and it was time to sleep in it.
Nah, it's true. It's true. I just don't like seeing pretty women die.
Oh,
no, it's true.
For sure. But season 4, man. Season 4.
The thing is, if anyone's not seen The Boys, what they need to know is that you need to watch season 1 to 3, then watch Gen V, then watch season 4.
So I didn't watch Gen V, and I'm gonna go back and watch Gen V.
Oh, you don't watch Gen V?
Nah.
Okay.
But obviously, I knew some of the plot points. Like I knew, for example, the characters that kidnapped the team at the end were from Gen V and stuff like that. But let's get to our predict for season 4. My prediction for season 4 is that
season 5.
Season 5, sorry.
Yeah.
My prediction for season 5 is that
it's the last season, yeah.
It's the last season. Confirmed last season. Eric Kripke says the last season. A few of the actors have said it's the last season. A-Train's not making it out of that season alive.
Oh, 100% he's not.
Dude,
I don't know how he made it this far.
Neither do I.
I don't know how he's made it this far.
I don't know how he made it this far. I think the interesting plot points for season 5 are, I wonder what Ashley's powers are.
I was going to say, Ashley, what the fuck?
Yeah.
She turned into Abomination or something.
She had to, man. She had to do what she had to do.
Yeah.
I can't lie, that was a good plan. Instead of running, so I'm gonna like at least try to arm myself with something so I can get out of here.
Yeah.
But season 5, man, obviously Homelander's effectively the president. He's not the president, but he's effectively the president. There's a martial law going on right now. Obviously, Frenchie, Huey, Mother's Milk, multiple characters get kidnapped. Kimiko utters her first words, which I loved.
That was powerful.
That was powerful.
That was powerful,
man. Kimiko uttered her first words.
Yeah.
But
because you know what it was like, when she started, I was like, hold on. Like, I bugged because I was like, because I think when it was happening, I was like, oh, they're getting kidnapped. So I've checked the time. And I've looked up and I've seen her screaming. And I was like, what? I was like, what's going on? And I rewinded it and I was like, what's she, what?
Yeah.
I was like, wow. But yeah, that was really well done. They held off on it.
Yeah.
Long enough to make it powerful.
Yeah,
You get me? Because that scene's only powerful because she never speaks.
Yeah, facts.
You get me? That's why it was so powerful.
Facts.
I reckon season 5, everyone dies. I think
that going back to our Huey point, I think Huey's the only character that survives.
You think so?
Huey's the only character that survives.
Do you reckon he gets his happy ending with Starlight?
No, I think Starlight's gone.
You think so?
Actually, no, because I don't know. I don't know if his character, if he has 2 girlfriends die. I don't know if that.
Yeah, because you're talking about punching bag. It's like, come on, bro.
Yeah, fairs.
Your first girlfriend, your mum left you, your pops, Starlight, Butcher's gonna die soon.
Yeah, Butcher's definitely gone.
Victoria's dead, who was his friend. Like, him and Victoria were friends.
MM's dying.
Yeah,
sure.
oh, he's definitely dying.
MM's gone.
He's definitely dying.
Maybe Frenchie might go, but I think Kimiko deserves to go on.
Kimiko's very annoying, I'll be so real.
Because
she only be beating up civilians and that. Whenever she bucks a soup,
yeah,
she's probably a fraud.
Yeah.
Because whenever she bucks a soup, she gets smoked.
Yeah, fairs.
She's only got smoke for civilians.
Fairs.
She's only got smoke for civilians.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I did enjoy season 4 though.
Where would you, as we wrap up right now, quickly, where would you rank this in terms of the seasons? So we've got, I think season 3 is the best season of The Boys.
Yeah.
Then I have season 1.
Yeah.
Then I have this season and then season 2. Because season 2 was carried by Homefront for me.
Refresh my memory on season 2.
Season 2 the season, I believe. If I'm wrong, let me know.
Is that when they introduce the racist? Is it Stormfront?
Stormfront, yeah. Stormfront.
Is that when they introduce her?
Season 2, yeah. Because season 3 was obviously Soldier Boy.
Soldier Boy. Yeah, season 4 was better than season 2.
Yeah, season 4 was better than season 2. So I have it like literally
3,
1, 4. No, 3. Yeah,
3, 1, 4,
2. Yeah.
And I think it's been confirmed that Soldier Boy is going to be a main character in this next season.
I love Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
As a character, I hate him as a person. As a character, I think.
He's a good character.
He's a good character.
I like the actor as well. You've seen Supernatural?
I haven't seen Supernatural, but I've seen him in bare other stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah. But bro, man, Atlas, been a pleasure to have you on,
bro.
man.
Thank you for having me, man.
Let the people know where they can find you at, man.
Yeah, man. So you can find me Atlas AS. So it's ATLAS 8, the number 8S, and that's on Instagram, Twitter, whatever. And then, yeah, obviously AOT Pod as well. We're going to have NK on soon.
Yes,
hopefully.
man. I'll be there. We'll
Yeah,
be
we
there.
need to talk. We'll talk off cam actually about that. We'll sort that out.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Big up Rare.
Yeah, man. Make sure you follow Rare on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. TikTok, we're very close to 10K, man. So please help us get to 10K on TikTok. Follow, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. And also be in the comment sections. Be commenting, man. We appreciate all the love and support Rare gets, man. It's been a Rare podcast. We are signing out. Deuces. Catch you on the next one. Peace.